outside as this snowstorm heads right at us.
That's exactly right. Give it a few hours and the snow will start to fall. This morning, 20s and 30s under mostly cloudy with quiet start to the morning. But by midday, the snow chances are ramping up. And once they're here, we're talking several hours of steady, widespread snow, especially through the evening hours. That's where we'll see the conditions on the roadways get especially dangerous. If you have errands to run, you have plans this morning, now through midday is fine. But afternoon, you'll want to pull those plans indoors as this snow is here. Now, at the onset, there could be a rain-snow mix close to the coast, but our interior spots, snow right from the get-go. We cleared this out after midnight. So the window is noon to midnight, and closer to the coast with that rain-snow mix at the onset 2 to 4, but interior spots 4 to 8. And then tonight, as the coldest air so far this season moves in, everything freezes over and it gets especially slick and dangerous. That leaves behind highs that fall to the teens by Tuesday. I'll have the full AccuWeather forecast with the expected totals coming up in just a few minutes.
AccuWeather forecast.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You nailed it. Consider right now the calm before the storm, right? Mostly cloudy, pretty quiet. Temperature's not all that bad, but by midday, snow shows up, and by tomorrow, frigid air moves in. That means everything that falls this afternoon into tonight, freezing over, sticking around for a while. Right now, 38 degrees. The clouds are starting to slide in, but the wind isn't all that noticeable, and our temperatures aren't all that bad. 38 in the park right now, 34 for Sussex. It is much colder well north and west. Teens and Liberty, 32 for Belmar. Out east, Montauk sitting at 41. But this is the main message. Winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings posted across the tri-state area. Everyone picking up some sort of snow today. But where you live and how much snow is dependent on whether or not it's a rain snow mix at the onset or straight snow. For the county shaded in pink here, we expect snow right from the get-go later this afternoon, which means quite a bit of it stacking up between noon and midnight. That's the window that we expect. Snow starting to light up on the radar in parts of Tennessee and Kentucky, and you see those winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories from about North Carolina through Maine. So timing it out, the morning is mostly cloudy and calm. I know we have things to do on our Sunday, right? Get them done before about noon. We're all good between now and midday. But at noon, the snow starts to slide in south and west, and it's here as we move into this afternoon. For some of our coastal communities, the east end down the shore, it does look like rain at the onset. Even in the city, could have rain-snow mix as the snow is beginning. But moving toward this evening, it's snow across the board, and that's really when we're watching the totals stack up. We can't wrap up snow chances until about midnight. So the window in general is midday to midnight, noon to midnight tonight. And that means 4 to 8 inches of snow are expected in parts of North Jersey, the lower Hudson Valley, the areas that we see snow right from the get-go. The metro area, we are right on the line between 2 and 4 and 4 to 8. So what I need you to know is that we're probably on the higher end of that range. We're talking 3 to 5 inches of snow for the metro area, probably a pretty good bet. Down the shore, out east, where it's a little more rain at the start, 1 to 2, but even there, we'll accumulate some snow before this is all said and done. So looking at the hour by hour, quiet for now, but by midday, wrap up those outdoor plans, settle in as the snow does as well. I'll have the timing on Futurecast for you coming up. Tony?
All right, Danny, thank you so much.
Danny, oh, come on. Come on.
Have you ever seen a big dog better prepared for today's snow than Cairo?
I need to get some of those booties for Precious, my dog.
And you can tell that he's prancing. Like he's
so cute
wearing the booties. Cairo, you got another time to shine this afternoon. More snow on the way. We also have Garrus here. I mean, this kind of dog is literally bred for snow, right? So it really is Garrus's time to shine. I hope, Eileen, you get a chance to let him enjoy it. And then Stella looking so cool in her coat, ready to go. Got some corduroy and fur on this Sunday morning. And you need all of it today. I know it's mostly cloudy and quiet this morning, but by midday, snow moves in, and that's the weather headline on this AccuWeather Alert Day. Several hours for several inches of the stuff to stack up. I'll have the timing and totals for you in the full AccuWeather forecast right after the break.
Danny is timing out snow that is headed our way.
So I know everyone's here for the dogs. I got to do my job first, and then hopefully we'll have dogs coming up in a half an hour. Temperatures this morning are in the 20s and 30s across the tri-state, and we're still quiet. But moving toward midday, the snow arrives, and once it's here, we're talking several hours of it, which means several inches of it expected to fall. Looking at Futurecast, in fact, you can see the radar behind me. Some of that snow starting to sneak into western Jersey right now. Now, I don't think most of that is reaching the ground in Warren and Sussex County, but moving toward noon, 2 o'clock, it will. And again, once it's here, it slides in for several hours. We expect steady, widespread snow with the heaviest stuff later this evening. At the onset on the coast, a bit of a rain-snow mix, which will have impacts on overall snow totals. But everyone will see something as we head into tonight. And with the coldest air so far this season blasting in behind the snow, it means everything freezes and it's about to get slick. So looking at the headlines, timing, our window here is noon to midnight with the steadiest, heaviest snow expected this evening. Totals totals, if you're one of those spots that gets a mix at the onset on the lower end, 2 to 4 inches, but for our inland spots with snow right from the start, 4 to 8. And again, that means everything is about to get so slick, creating treacherous travel tonight. And tonight, the coldest air so far this season. As a blustery wind picks up, everything freezes over. I'll have plenty more on the snow on the way in the full AccuWeather forecast coming up after the break. Expectations,
Right.
and that's good because it makes the messaging more clear of exactly what to expect. And he's ready to go. He has New Jersey under control as the snow moves on and want to get you outside. Mostly cloudy and quiet for now, but snow is the weather headline today, and ready or not, here it comes. Temperatures this morning in the 30s for most of the area. Well north and west, quite cold in the teens and Liberty. Out east, 40s in Montauk, 39 in the Park. But this is the main message. Winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories in effect across the tri-state area. All of us expecting some sort of snow today. And in fact, about 15 states join us with these winter alerts. You see the snow already starting to fall on radar. And I'm watching Sussex County, Warren County, parts of Morris County and Passaic. It looks like we're picking up some light snow over through Pike County as well. I bet this isn't quite reaching the ground, but give it a few hours and it will. Moving toward midday, the snow arrives. The further south and west you live, the earlier the snow arrives. But it looks like toward 2 or 3 even in the city. By late afternoon, early evening, widespread showers. I wanted to pause it at 6 p.m. because I think it paints the right picture. When you see our snowfall expectation map, you'll see out east lower totals, down south lower totals. Those are the spots that we'll see a rain snow mix or just rain at the onset. But temperatures drop quickly once the sun sets, and that's when it will be snow across the board. But our neighborhoods north and west of the city, snow right from the get-go. We are stacking up several inches. Also wanted to point out Central Park. You see we're just above the freezing mark. In the city, we are right on the line from significant snow, 4 to 8 inches, and more like 2 to 4. And the reason being is that we are just above the freezing mark this morning and afternoon before things cool off. So totals, it's a tough call in the city, but I do want you to count on maybe a rain snow mix at the start and then straight snow through this evening, and we still have hours of it to stack up. We're still seeing steady widespread snow through 9, 10 o'clock, and then finally we taper off these snow chances moving toward midnight. The window overall, noon to midnight. But behind this, the coldest air so far this season sets in as a blustery wind picks up, and that means everything freezes, everything sticks around, and we stay so slick. Another thing to note is we have that wind increasing, which means the neighborhood's getting 4 to 8 inches. The potential for some limited visibility with blowing snow is there. Lower Hudson Valley, North Jersey, over through Fairfield County and parts of the North Shore of Long Island, we're looking at 4 to 8 inches. Down the shore, out east, 1 to 2, where we have the rain snow mix or straight rain at the onset. Now let's focus in on the metro area, where right now we're saying 2 to 4. Again, we are a tough call in terms of that rain snow line, but what I would bet most on is we are on the higher end of that, somewhere between the 3 and 5 inch range. It is plowable snow. It's enough to make things slick, and we got to watch out for that. So if you have anywhere to be, errands you have to run, earlier the better today, because that window is noon to midnight tonight. The bottom line, that's the timing with the steadiest, heaviest, and most widespread this evening. Totals, we just talked about that. Spots that see snow from the start, significant through tonight, which means significant impacts. Very slick streets and sidewalks with treacherous travel, especially this evening. Could even see some blowing snow. Again, the coldest air so far this season moving in tonight, which means everything is going to freeze, nothing melts, and things are really slick. So still have a couple more hours of dry conditions, but by midday we see the snow show up, and once it's here, it settles in for several hours. It's the reason for the AccuWeather alert for today as the accumulations begin late afternoon, early evening. We can taper off snow chances after midnight, but it is so cold and at times very windy, and it means it's treacherous out there. Slick streets, slick sidewalks, and quite cold. Tomorrow, our highs are just in the 20s under a mix of sun and clouds, feeling like teens with the wind, and it gets even colder from there. Highs fall to the teens as we issue in another AccuWeather alert for cold Tuesday and Wednesday. That was the forecast. We'll be right back after the break. We had to have some big dogs on this Big Dog Sunday. I know there's snow on the way, but these dogs are ready. Starting with Wally from Sheila. Wally's got the coat on and the paws in the freshly fallen snow. Not to be outdone, here's Cupcake in the pink coat with the fur hood. So cool. Genevieve, thank you for sharing. And I hope both Cupcake and Wally are excited about the snow on the way. I, however, will be more like Poncho, sitting inside today with, this is a pup cup, but I'm just going to eat straight whipped cream, right? Anything to get through a snowy Sunday. And we do have snow on the way. Still pretty quiet out there right now, but by midday, snow moving into the south and west, and once it's here, settling in for several hours, which means several inches coming. A slick night ahead of us before the brutal cold moves in. I'll have the numbers for you coming up in the full AccuWeather forecast after the break.